No more cussing. Hey, thank you. No, stop that cussing. Hold on. One thing I always forget to do is share my own when I'm on here. We are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning grind. We have a large audience in here this morning. There's actually no seats available. Well, if this is your first time getting on this show, this is the morning grind. GoodTimeTommy is usually your host, but he is at the beach this week, so you got me, Hayden McKee, the best replacement he could ever have. Hi, Josh. Well, what I wanted to get into today is just talk about the 4th. What are you doing for the 4th? What is something that you do for the 4th? Whoa. Back it up here. I forgot something.
You sure did.
Let me back it up here. And I apologize. I've ruined the show. But
shut it down, man.
Shut it down and restart it, please, Van. Now, we're going to do 60 seconds of gratitude. And I don't really know how we're going to go about this. I guess, Van, you're just going to fact check this gratitude?
Hey, just go ahead and lay it out there.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm grateful that I was able to talk to 10 people yesterday. I wrote a letter to a past client, and I added 2 people to my database. Were you able to do the same, Noah?
I was.
Awesome. Thank you.
You watch your videos.
I did watch my videos.
Nice.
I did my training in my Cardone. I almost forgot. Josh?
Indeed,
you did.
Hit everything.
Good talk time.
That's good. That's
Tried
good.
my best.
You gonna get 10 in today?
I'd like to think so always.
I believe in you, Grass. I believe in you. Well, now we'll get into what do you usually do for the 4th?
Tommy said it looked like we sucked yesterday.
Gosh, Tommy, I apologize. If it looks like it, we did. But today we'll do better.
There's a lot of people on here.
Well, thank you for getting on. If you're on here, sorry if I'm neglecting you. Will you just please like, comment, and share? Thomas C. Davidson, thank you for getting on, man. It just means a lot for you to watch your own show when I'm on here. Grassie's on here. Kaylin's on here. But yeah, Noah, what's something that do you have like a ritual, or do you have like something you do yearly on the 4th?
No, not really,
Kind of wing it?
Yeah, a little bit. I always try to hit the water. That's a big thing I love to do.
The lake?
The lake, yeah. My buddy just bought this new boat, put about 4 big old speakers on it. So, man, I might be out on the lake.
That'd be all right. That'd be fun. What about you, Josh? Do you do anything on the 4th? Like anything?
Well, the 4th is my favorite holiday.
Is it?
Yes.
Why is that, Josh?
I mean, because it has my 2 favorite components.
What's that?
Blowing stuff up and swimming.
Hey, blowing stuff up and swimming. I like that. Stay away from him on the 4th. And if you're on here, what's something that you do on the 4th? Do you have a ritual? Do you have something that you do every 4th, like go to the beach, or do you have a fireworks show at the house? Grassi, do you have anything y'all do consistently on the 4th?
Well, not that I don't like making plans. I just like to go with the flow. So we usually just do that. Get in the pool, grill out, just hang out, enjoy each other's company. Really.
Gotcha. VG, do you have anything you do on the 4th?
Usually not. I mean, nothing specific. I will usually spend some time working around the house.
Yeah. Well, for me, something that we always do on the 4th, and as a kid, I always dreaded it because it was just we go to my mom's dad's house in West Tennessee. It's like close to Memphis, and it's like a town with 900 people. And so it's just a very small town. It's a huge parade. I mean, there's more fire trucks in this town than there are people. And but I haven't been able to go since COVID. And it's just kind of when something gets taken away from you, it kind of makes you realize how much you really appreciate it. And that's kind of what I'm leading into my real topic for today is and we talk about it a lot. It's just where your attention goes, energy flows. And I believe that there's 4 major components of your life, and it's family and relationships is 1, business and finances is 2, spiritual and faith is 3, and then your physical and your health is 4. And man, I just believe that if one of these are out of whack, nothing else can be right. And I know something I've really been struggling with is my family and my relationships, and then my spirit and my faith. And I've really seen it affect my health and it affect my business. Not that I'm I'm doing terrible in those things, but I can't flourish in those other two areas because I'm lacking in these others. Do you feel like do you focus on all four of those areas, Noah?
Absolutely. What was it? Business, finance.
It's finances, it's physical, which is your health, and it's spiritual, which is your faith, and then your relationships.
Okay. Yeah. I think those are, the two. I would throw like community in there. The community is important to me as well. Like what I do around the community.
What's something you do around the community?
Well, something we did. Matter of fact, was that canned food drive. Well,
yeah.
You came out and helped pass those cans out. Anytime I can to help somebody in the community, I do my best. Local. I support a lot of local businesses. People that I've known for years on years, and now they've got a business here in the community. I love supporting them, whether it's repost, reshare, go up, buy something out of their shop or something. I love local businesses. Because man, it's hard to get up off the ground with things like that. So, community is huge for me. Family's huge for me. Finances are huge for me. Physical aspects, like, my health is huge. So, you hit it right there on the nose.
Josh, you're one of the most committed guys I know. Do you feel like you're lacking in any of these areas? Do you feel like your focus is off maybe in any of these areas?
I do need to work a lot more on my spiritual life.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something I just kind of let slack. I used to be really, really spiritual growing up, but not, as I got older, I kind of just let it slip a little bit.
Do you feel like that holds you back?
Absolutely. Because, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Yeah.
Let one thing slip.
Yeah.
Golly, I can't imagine how much other stuff is slipping in my life.
Yeah. Gross?
I feel like something that I could be better and work on a little more is my relationships. Maybe with family and friends, just being able to, find the time and make the time to pour into that relationship. Try harder. Life just gets busy sometimes, and you realize you haven't talked to these people in months or weeks or whatever.
I struggle with that too because I want to do what I want to do. And a lot of times it's just relaxing, and I'm somebody I like when I'm not working or I'm not with Sebastian or I'm not playing basketball or anything. I'm just somebody, man, I really just like to do nothing, just kind of check out, and it could be a good thing, but I just think that there's a lot of time wasted sometimes where you could be intentional about going to see other people and calling your family or praying. I know that's something I really got to do better at, is because I am very spiritual. The one morning routine I do have is, I listen to praise and worship music, in the mornings, and that's probably all I got time for when I wake up, is to turn some music on and get in the shower. But yeah, going back to our not the topic, but what I really want to talk about today is where your attention goes, energy flows. And I think with all those things, we can look at those things in the way of, man, I've sucked at that. I've sucked at my spiritual has sucked, or my family relationships have sucked, or I've sucked in my business lately, and outside of these four things, with anything that you're going on, you can look at the bad and you can look at the good, and whatever you decide to look at, that's where your energy is going to flow. And if you're looking at a situation bad, your energy is going to flow to all that bad, and you're going to forget about the good. You're going to forget about how good you might have it, because your attention, your focus, your energy is all on the bad. But flip side of that, if you can focus on the good, say you have been doing bad in one of those errors, as GTT would say, focus on what could be. Focus on what you could do better. Focus on, maybe the little bit of light you do have in those areas, and make it grow. And that's something that I'm going through right now. Is it's easy to get caught up in yourself, and easy to get caught up in your feelings and emotions, and it's easy to get caught up feeling like, just bad about a situation. And it's easy. It's just as easy to flip the switch and start thinking about that situation positively. And the way you think about it is the way you're going to feel. It's the way your energy is going to flow, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's happy, whether it's sad. I'm somebody, I truly believe that the way your mind works, the way you think, the way you choose to think is the way you're going to react, the way you're going to be, and the way you're going to walk and move in life. And so what are you focusing on? You know, where's your focus? And in the stuff that's hard, in the stuff that might be not ideal for your life right now, what are you focusing on all the bad? Are you focusing on what you could do right? What you could do better? What's the good in this situation?
It all goes back to being a positivist or a realist.
It all goes back to being a positive or a realist, you know. Are you a positive or are you a realist, Joshua?
I'm a positive. I'm a positivist. Positivist.
Noah? I know you're on that fence of realist and positive. Which way have you been leaning lately?
Man, I've honestly been going the positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really been.
Hey man, and I'll say this, man, and you know, me and Noah had a talk, you know, I think the day before. Excuse me, mama. Shit hit the fan for you in those three deals. You know, me and Noah had a talk, and it was just about being positive, you know, and choosing to be positive no matter what. And it was right after we were discussing the positive and the realist of it. And man, you did. You proved in that situation you were positive in that situation. Because I think I saw you down for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, but you did a great job in snapping back into it and being positive, man. You're on the way to being a positive.
I'm working on it, baby. I'm working. Yeah. I feel like everything's just better when you're just positive.
It is.
Even when you know, like,
it makes you feel better.
As a realist, you know things can hit the fan, you know?
Where your attention goes, energy flows, man, you know?
Positive.
So, I mean, if your attention's on the positive, you're going to feel positive.
Yeah.
If your attention's on the negative, you're probably going to feel negative, you know? Grassi? Positive or realist?
I don't know. I like positivity has always been pushed in my life.
Yeah.
Obviously, my dad likes to stay positive.
Weatherman is ridiculously positive.
Yeah, and so you know, if something gets me down, I like to take the time to dwell on it just for a second.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't get past it.
Yeah.
I can, but it takes me a minute.
Yeah.
So I like to give myself that time, but I think, you know, just like in sports, when you're negative and have a bad attitude, it affects everybody. So I like to just take my time just for a minute and then move on from it, so it doesn't bring everybody else down.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you be positive. If that makes you feel any better,
Yes.
There was a lady. This was Gracie's first or second week here, and there was a lady that had no chance of buying a house. I mean, negative chance of buying a house. And I mean, she just had some things, some financials that just didn't align with getting approved. And Gracie came up to me and she was like, "Is there anything we can do? Is there something we can do to get her in the house?" And I said, "Gracie, you know, we can find her somewhere to rent, but I don't think that there's anything that we can do for her other than, you know, giving her some time to work on some things. But but there is something you can do in those situations, and you can put your positive attitude and mindset towards them, and actually give them some confidence that they could do it one day, you know. And I hope that's what I said to you."
I literally just like that.
But yeah, so
You need to learn how to be so positive whenever there's bad stuff going on in your life, nobody else knows about it.
Yep.
Because you're so positive.
Yep.
Right.
Like,
And
I feel like that's, Weatherman does a great job. He
Yep.
could be having the worst day of his life.
yeah.
And none of us would even have a clue.
Yeah, and you know, I was having a conversation with my mom too, and it came from a conversation she was having with one of her friends. And you know, anytime something bad happens, what do we want to do? Cry about it, talk about it.
Get
you know,
comfortable.
we always have something to say about it. But honestly, you know, when you do that, all that's doing is giving other people a opening to attack. You know, and not the sense of physical, you know, beating you up, but it just gives them something to.
Makes you vulnerable.
It makes you vulnerable. It produces that negative thought not only in your head but in other people's heads. You know, and sometimes the best thing to do when you're going through something is, you know, if you can't be positive about it, is just shut up. You know, just shut up. You know,
Ain't nothing nice to say.
just be
Don't
quiet.
say it at
Just
all.
be quiet and keep it pushing. You know, because 9 times out of 10, talking about it doesn't make it any better. You know, sometimes it might make you feel better to get it out, but you know, and I think that takes you back to spiritual. You know, the spirit part aspect of the 4 aspects that we were talking about. it takes you back to that, and some things just don't need to be talked about with other people. It might need to be talked about with your God, with your spirit, whatever you believe in, and just keep it to yourself. You get it out, but keep it to yourself. So
Quote of the day: shut up.
Shut up. Yeah. But yeah. So are you focusing on all the bad? Are you focusing on like what you haven't done or what you need to be doing, or are you focusing on the good that you do? And where you're going and your goals. And I think that's the most powerful thing that Tommy teaches us when it comes to focusing on what we need to focus on, and that's just writing down your goals every day and every night, and that's something I've really committed to doing in the last couple of weeks, and it's just really helped me, writing down. And one of the main things I have on there is take Sebastian to Disney. That's something I want to do next year, and like thinking about that throughout the day when I don't want to make calls, when I feel like I'm getting lazy, I just think about being in Disney with Sebastian and walking around and him seeing Mickey Mouse and him seeing Woody and him seeing Buzz, And that's the things that keep you going. And that just takes us back to where your attention goes, energy flows. When my attention's focused on that, my energy's up because I put myself in that situation, and it's just easy to make a call. It's easy to try to set an appointment and things like that. So I just want to leave with what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the negative or are you focusing on the positive? Are you a positive or are you a realist? Does anybody have any questions they want to ask?
How do you think you could go about, what is something that you would suggest doing if you're down about something or something didn't, happen in your favor? How do you think is the best way to go about turning it over, like flipping it and, like moving on from that?
Yeah. And this is,
Switch.
yeah, my opinion is sometimes when you go through bad things, sometimes there's not a fix. And that's, I think that sometimes you just got to walk through it. And sometimes those bad things are teaching you and leading you to the good things. And I think sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and see it as that. See it as, even though this is bad, even though this is not the way I want it to go, or this is not the situation I see, or this is not what I agree with, sometimes you just got to see that for what it is, and this is making me stronger. I'm learning something from this. I might not see it now, but I believe, in all those situations, God is forming you and sculpting you and giving you something that you only could have gotten in that situation, whether it's building a trait, whether it's building an emotion up, strengthening an emotion. And I just think, sometimes there is a way to fix and mend and talk it out and maybe be positive about it when you're talking about it. But sometimes I believe you just got to shut up and keep it moving, And I just believe sometimes that's the best, is just walk through it. Walk through the valley. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Well, that's all I got. A Blake Duncan comment. I got to read Blake's. A realist is almost always positive, but is aware of negative things and address the realization of them, but doesn't dwell on the negative. Man, hey, Blake Duncan, you need to write a book, man. If you haven't already, you might have already written a book. If you have, I need to get it. But man, Blake, you're a genius to me. Every time you say something, man, it's just like,
So powerful.
I wish I could speak and communicate in words as you do, sir.
Hey, it's some old football coaches. They got
Yeah.
a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, but thank you, Blake. Thank you, Zena. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Drew, for getting on. Everybody, have a great weekend. Have a safe and happy 4th. And just remember, ask yourself, what are you focusing on? What are you focusing on, the good or are you focusing on the bad? Have a great day.